Today, I'm going to share my top 5 tips that you need to consider and try to get relief from your foot pain. So number 1, address the cause, not just the symptoms. Many times, symptomatic care is going to lead to short-term results. We have to start to address and treat higher up into the body. So that goes along with number 2. We have to balance the pelvis. 95% of our clients that come in have an imbalance in their pelvis. So this means that they have a twist or a rotation that's happening. And what happens when you have a rotation, it is going to force and create a leg length discrepancy. That's going to cause abnormal strains and tension throughout the legs as well as the rest of the body, ultimately leading to pain and inflammation. So I want you to be checking the comments below, and I'm going to be sharing a YouTube link on one of our favorite techniques to help you to get that pelvis balance. Along with that, tip number 3, we want to start to free the restrictions. These restrictions are what is causing that pelvis to go out of alignment. The bones don't just move on their own. So these fascial restrictions are causing that abnormal tension, which creating the misalignment and the strains in the body. So some of the key areas that we want to treat when we're talking about foot pain is get into those hip flexors, the front of the thighs, as well as the back of the legs, especially into those calves. And you can even get into the glutes. Use your foam rollers, use your balls. We love our 4-inch ball for treating a lot of these areas. But the number one thing when you're doing this is it's not just about digging and rolling in that area. We really want to find that restriction and start focusing on softening, sinking into the area for upwards of 3 to 5 minutes. Once we start to balance that pelvis, we start to free those restrictions, then we want to start to number 4, treat locally. If you're still struggling with that foot pain, means you still have some restriction in that area. So we do want to treat that area. Find a small rolling pin or a small ball, and you can find those areas of restriction throughout the foot. But again, we want to be finding those areas of tension. Start to focus on softening into the area for 3 to 5 minutes. Use ice and heat as needed. A lot of people love to take a frozen water bottle and roll on that frozen water bottle or soak with Epsom salt soaks. So all of these are great ways to treat more locally once you've started to balance that pelvis and free those fascial restrictions throughout the legs. Lastly, number 5, get support. Our feet support the entire weight of our body throughout the day. So we want to make sure that we are buying quality and supportive shoes that are going to support our bodies. Now, an extra tip when you're buying shoes is never buy your shoes in the morning. Our feet will naturally swell as the day goes on. So we want to make sure that we are purchasing shoes and trying them on towards the end of the day when we can get a real feel on how those shoes feel and how they support us. So if you are not getting results with your foot pain in more of a traditional way, we have to start looking at not just treating the symptoms, but starting getting at the cause. You won't believe how focusing on getting that pelvis balanced, as well as eliminating those fascial restrictions up through the leg, is going to start to eliminate your foot pain. Give it a try, share a comment, let us know how it goes. But as always, we want you to be getting the results. So share your comments tell us, what are you struggling with? And we're going to start to include it in our upcoming videos. That's going to help give you tips so you can start finding relief at home. Thank you everyone for tuning in, and I can't wait to see you next time.